Hi guys, today we are going to learn how to draw glass gem corn, which is a kind of decorative corn usually found around October, November, and it's really pretty and really fun to have up as a fall decoration. So this is some variety of glass gem corn. You can see it's very colorful. It's got some nice bright colors in it. And we're going to try to recreate this on paper in our still life, which is a drawing of still objects. So for this drawing, I'm going to need my pencil, my black marker or Sharpie, and a bunch of colors. I like using markers for this project, but you can use crayons, markers, colored pencils, whatever you have at home that you want to use to color with. So I'm going to put these off to the side for now, because we always start our drawing with pencil, and then we go over it with colors. And in order to draw my corn, I'm going to start about a hand's width down. So put your hand at the top of the paper and then make a little mark, all right? Because we want most of the paper to be the corn with the kernels, these little sections, and then we want some of the paper to be the husks or the top of the corn here. So starting on this little mark I made, I'm gonna make a really tall, really skinny U shape, okay? And that's gonna be my corn, the body of my corn. Then I'm going to make a little rainbowy shape on top, a little curve for this top of the corn here. So I'm looking at my corn and I'm drawing it. This is what most people do when they draw a still life. They look at the object and then they draw it, okay? Then we need the husks. So the top of the corn is going to be kind of like an S shape. So I'm going to start at the top of my paper and I'm going to make a really long, skinny S down to here. I'm going to start again on this top of this S shape I just made, make a long skinny S, and notice that I end it farther away on the top of my corn than where I started, okay? And I'm just gonna keep making these tall skinny S shapes. Maybe I'll end it here, connect it to that one, and a tall skinny S shape. And you can make as many of these as you want. You can make even some triangles at the top to make some of the bits here that you can kind of see. All right, and then I'm going to make some lines coming down from the top of this S shape to the bottom of our corn. Okay, and that's going to be like the ruffles in the husks. Okay, now I want to try to make the bottom of my corn, the corn kernels, okay? So you see how each corn kernel is a little oval shape? And notice that not all the oval shapes are exactly the same. Some of them are skinnier oval shapes, some of them are wider oval shapes, some of them are, closer together or a little bit off-centered. So if your oval shapes are not perfect, that's great. That actually makes it look more like a piece of corn. So I'm going to start in the middle with kind of a biggish oval shape, like that. And then I'm going to keep making oval shapes in a line all the way down my corn. And notice that your line does not have to be perfectly straight. Corn is not perfect. That's one of the reasons why I like drawing natural objects like flowers and trees and corn, because nature is rarely perfect. So if your drawing wobbles a little bit or isn't perfectly straight lines or shapes, that's fine. That makes it look more real. And again, down here at the bottom, maybe I'll make some smaller ones. All right, so you see I did my line of ovals all the way down. I'm gonna make another line of ovals right next to the first line, touching them. Try to fit them in the spaces. It's okay if you're not as fast as I am. If you need to take a break, you can pause the video. Just make your line of ovals. Go all the way down. Make sure you close up your ovals and make sure your ovals are touching each other and fill up the space. All right, last line of ovals here. Again, make sure your ovals fit inside your lines of the corn. They shouldn't be going outside your lines. And they should fill up the space. So if you have a tiny space, make a tiny oval. If you have a bigger space, make a bigger oval. Try not to make your ovals overlap so much. Okay, If you're feeling ambitious, which means you're up for a challenge, you could even try making more ears of corn on either side of this one. So usually when you see this decoration, they come in packs of three corn all tied together, like you could see in mine. So if you wanted to make another oval there and make some more husks, if you have time, you're more than welcome to do that. Make another U shape, and make more corn there. I'm gonna leave it with just this one for now. Okay, once you've done all your corn oval shapes, you can put your pencil aside. We don't need it anymore. And we're gonna go over all our oval shapes with our black marker. Don't worry about outlining the U shape. We don't need to outline the U shape because it was just a guideline to show us where to put our corn kernels, all these little ovals. Okay. So again, I'm going down in rows. I'm going kind of quickly because I have a lot of ovals here, but make sure you guys are going slow. Take your time. Make sure you're doing the best job that you can do. That's all I ask of you, is that you do the best job that you are capable of. It doesn't have to be perfect. Like I said, a lot of these corn kernels can be kind of wonky. Corn sometimes grows that way, kind of bent and crooked. So even though my circles or my ovals are not perfectly shaped, or I'm not hitting my pencil lines perfectly, that's okay. Still coming out looking like corn. And like I said, if you're a little bit ahead of me, if you did less corn kernels, or you're a bit faster than I am, feel free to make more corn on either side of the first one to make it a trio. A trio means three pieces of corn. Okay, so I'm on my last set of ovals here. Now you'll notice I'm not hitting my pencil lines perfect every time. The pencil is more of a guideline, so it's okay if I'm not hitting it, and I can always take it later and erase it. But then I can't forget my corn husks at the top. So make sure you got your wavy S lines. Make sure they come all the way down to the kernels. Make sure you get those lines in the middle of them. Show the waviness. Okay. Awesome. Now I've done all my marker. I might go back and check a few spots, make sure I got it all. Like I said, if you want to, you can erase your pencil lines carefully. You don't have to, but if you want to make it look a bit neater, you can. Okay, and then it's time to color. When you color your corn kernels, each kernel should have its own color, and they can be any colors you want because glass gem corn is grown with lots and lots of colors in it. So I might start with this pinkish reddish color, and if you want to, you can even make a moon shape on the edge of your kernel like that. Leave it white and color the rest of the kernel in. That'll make it look shinier. So moon shape, or even just like a happy face line and then color only to one side of the happy face like that. So I'm gonna make a bunch of these. It's kind of random wherever you feel like putting this color. They can be right next to each other. They can be kind of spread out. It's up to you. Nature makes them kind of randomly colored, so it's okay if you want to as well. Once you get tired of a color, you can put it down. You can always come back to it. Grab another color. Wherever you feel like a certain place is talking to you, not actually talking to you, doesn't have words, but wherever you feel like, yeah, I like that. I think that would look good there. And I get tired of colors pretty quickly. I want to move on to another color, make sure I space them out, make sure they look good next to each other. These colors that I've been using so far are the warm colors. Red, orangey, tan, yellow. These are all known as warm colors. Think of like fire or sunlight. But your corn does not have to be just warm colors or just fall colors. Remember, glass gem corn is made with lots and lots of beautiful colors. So I really like this teal color. That's my favorite color. So I'm gonna make some of my kernels teal, because that's the way this kind of corn is. Even some blue. Makes it look nice. Maybe over here. You can do runs, like all sorts of the same color in a row. Like here you can see 3 yellows in a row. Or you can have it more spread out, like that one. Maybe even some purple would look good. You can see it's taking some time to do all these kernels, but that's okay. I think it's kind of fun to see how you can make it look rainbowy and almost like gems, like the name, glass gem corn. The reason why I like markers for this is so that your colors come out really, really bright. I'll do this color, maybe this color next. I find if you use crayons or colored pencils, unless you push really, really hard with the crayon or colored pencil, your colors may not come out as bright as we want for this project. Maybe some more orange. Again, make sure each of your corn kernels is only one color. Each one should be only one color. Maybe some pink would look good. Some red. Really, it could be all the colors. There's no rule about what kind of colors you're allowed to use for glass gem corn. I'm gonna go back to yellow now. I don't feel like I have enough yellow. So something that we constantly do as artists is take a look at our picture and fix and edit things to make it look the best that we can. I think I could use some more blue in here. Some of these little guys down here could be blue. All right, now I think I'm pretty much done. Like I said, you can go back, try to find any little spots that you might have missed. If you have any gaps between your kernels, I like using a darker color to fill those in so it looks like a shadow. And then we want to do the husks. So for the husks, we want to use like tan, orangey-ish colors. You can use marker for the husks, but the husks look differently to me than the corn does because they feel different. They feel more dry and papery, whereas the corn husks feel more cool and smooth like glass. Oh, sorry, the corn kernels feel more cool and smooth like glass. So for the corn husks, I think I'm going to use some browns, tans, and yellowy colors. And when we color the husks, we want to color along the contours. Contour means outline. So if I have contour lines that are long and thin and wavy, I want to color also long and thin and wavy. I don't want to color side to side because that doesn't look as good. When we color, we want to color with contours. So notice how when I color up and down. Maybe add some of this color in. You can layer crayon colors over each other too. That looks good. Something like that. Make sure you get all the way down to your corn kernels. And there you go, some decorative glass gem corn for the fall season. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next week.